Okay, I am getting set up for you. I am in Wonderful Little World. This is a book by Colorya. If you missed it, I did do the video on it, and you can go back and see that. Now, I have the alcohol dual tip ink-based markers from Colorya, and I want to show you how easy it is to do blending in Windows. So all we're going to do today is look at this book, and I'm going to go through and I'm just going to work on Windows. Okay, so we're going to flip through each time. Now it does go through, even though this is thick as cardboard, so you want to make sure and have something that you can put behind your page when you're working. So like on this one, the window is here. So I'm going to put this thick piece right through there. And I'm not sure if you need that light or not. We are going to pop this up here super big. Now, this could be curtains and this is the window. All right. Now we're on the outside looking in. So that's why I'm going to use yellow. I am probably going to wait and make that a curtain. So this time we're only doing this little piece right up here. So the three colors I have from Colorya are 220, and it's sunflower. These are the dual tip, and I'm going to use the fine tip on everything. My next shade is 233, and it's bumblebee. And I'm going to call them light, medium, and dark, just so I don't have to keep looking the names. This one's 217, soft butter. All right. So also, again, there's this gray line for the fine tip, and then there's no line on the chisel end. I like to take the tops off. That way I'm not putting them on and off, and then put them in color order. So I'm going light, medium, dark, and I'm going to start at the top with the lightest shade. And this will dry fairly quick, but it's going to kind of reconstitute and get wet and mix and blend easily when you put each color on, just because they are an alcohol now based marker. I'm going into the next color. I'm doing just like I would with pencils, just coming up in there. All right, then the next color, and I'm going to do just the bottom little bit. Then I'm going to come back with the first color, and I'm going to blend. See how it's re-wetting? And the blend is fairly easy to do. Okay, so that's the first one. All right, let's go look at another page. Like I said, that's all I'm going to do is all these windows. So the next one I marked was here. Now this time it's just this little bitty one and then these. So when your windows are that small, you have to decide, is it that important to you to do 3 colors in there? To me, it's not. So what I'm going to do is grab my middle color, put it in there. Okay. And I like to start with the lightest colors a lot of times when I'm doing markers. Because, well, and with crayons too, or pencils, because if you accidentally get over into another spot, the darker colors will cover it. But if you start with the dark first, it's harder to cover. Now I'm going with my third color, and I'm just doing right there, just in the tips. Then I'm coming back with my second color and just kind of blend that out. So see, even when you're in little bitty areas, see the difference in that one and this one? There's just that little bit of extra depth. Whoops, that didn't stay in the corner. It's going to be okay. Like I said, we'll go over the window frames. I will probably use a gel pen, or yeah, I'll probably just use a gel pen. So I'm not too worried about that. I will tell you, I do not have their gel pens, so I can't say how they work. That's just something you're going to have to try. But one day maybe I will. Okay, so there's that one. Let's go see what the next one is. And see, there's windows in most of these. Now this one, there's blinds going across. This one, that's more like curtains again. Plus, they don't always have to have the lights on inside. Okay, so I'm going to skip this one because that one looks more like curtains. This one again is a window. Put that in there. Make sure that's one page. Again, these pages are so thick. Yeah, it is. One reason why I really appreciate and like their work. Now this looks like a lamp that's hanging down. Okay, so I'm not going, well, yeah, I am. I'm going to do that too. I will do the glow around that lamp though with some colored pencils. I am not going to use the markers for that. So, and I've done glowing with colored pencils before. Now that was my lightest. Then here's my medium. Medium. And then my darkest is right in that point. I don't want you to be afraid. Now I'm going back to the lightest to use markers, especially an alcohol marker, because alcohol markers blend. Now see, I did both windows, so this did have a little bit of time to set up. So I'm having to really rework that, re-wet it and get it going. But it's still working. Do you see how easily that's blending? I will continue to do some pencil or some ink like this, the markers, and see how we do that. Now this looks like a panel or something in the front door. Now this is a window up top. This looks like mini blinds again, or wooden louvers or something. So all of this just to say, now this is my lightest shade, just to say that different windows can be treated different ways. You know, are you looking from the outside in, the inside out, what's going on? On this one, instead of doing the middle darker, I'm going to do the bottom darker. So I'm going to do the medium shade here and here. I'm going to come back to my lightest shade and go ahead and blend this and this. Then I'm going to do my darkest down here. Then I'm going to come back with my medium color, because remember I used medium here, and blend. So see, now it's lighter on the top and darker across the bottom. So imagine you're looking in the window, maybe there's furniture and stuff in the way that makes the bottom a little darker. Okay, that's my thought process for that one. Now this one is squares, and I'm not sure. I'm going to say that this is screen, and then that it's just open. So I'm going to go ahead and do this just the same as what we've been doing. There's a little one down here at the bottom. Oh, I hope that last one was in frame. I forgot I zoomed in. And then on the bottom, I'm going to do it just a little bit darker. I'm not even going to worry about blending those. Let's move this down. Hopefully that one was in shot, the last one. Sorry. Yeah, that's the problem. When I mess up and I'm doing marker, there is no way to go back and redo because it's already on there. You know what I mean? Okay, so there's that. Now the next color. Blending. Then that last color. And it doesn't have to be straight lines going across there. All right, you're just blending. Blending from the lightest down through the darkest. And see how that's nicely blended now? We'll do another one. And you can compare. Look at that one versus just going yellow. Now, the other thing you can do, you could use any markers, put it on a base color like this, let it totally dry, then come back with your pencils and add your darks. Okay? If you don't have markers that are easily blended. But see the difference in these two? This one just looks more dimensional. And that's what we're after. So coming up through here, doesn't have to be perfect. Then my darkest shade coming up, doesn't have to be perfect. Lightest shade, blending everything from the top down. Okay, easy peasy. I just went over the bottom one again. All right, let's see what else is in here. Oh, this one. All right, now, when you've got something like this, we've got windows here, but instead of doing them light, I'm probably going to do a wall color. Okay? Now, these I'm going to go ahead and do light because they're up closer where the light bulbs and stuff would be, right? All right, so I'm going to do the bottom. This is going to be another one of those where I go lighter on the top, or darker on the top, I mean. Usually I do darker on the bottom. I guess that's what I should stick with. And again, I'm not worried about getting outside the lines too much because I'm going to do the frame in a metallic. I may even go metallic pencil instead of a glitter gel pen. Okay, so there's the lightest. Now, yeah, let's go darker on the bottom half because the light's at the top and it's shining down, so it would get duller and darker at the bottom. I'm just going to put just a little right here. Just a little bit. And then come back while it's still nice and wet and blend with my lightest color. Then I'm going to start right here and go down. And you want to work fairly quickly, but you can see there's times where this is almost dry and it's still blending okay. All right, that's a big difference right there. Okay, you can see that. Now when I come in and start blending, see, it's re-wetting it and it's mixing it up good. Now you will notice, depending on the grade of the paper and ink that you're using, sometimes you will get to where it really bleeds with the ink. So be careful on that. If you get to where you're happen to really blend and mark a lot, you may notice that black starting to smear in there. If you do, it means you're in a cheaper book and you need to just wait. All right, this one I'm going to do, this window, I'm going to wait and do that with pencils because of going around all those little bits. And here, I'm going to do the wallpaper. In fact, that may be all. Now, when we look at this one, that's big windows, but again, wallpaper. So I don't have to do it in yellow. You know what? I'm going to on this one, just because it's going to be a nice big area for us. Okay, so I'm going to start with the lightest color on top, and I know I'm going darkest on the bottom. I know I'm using 3 colors, so let's look at this in thirds. Here, and then about here. So I'm going to do all this top part in my lightest. And I'm wanting to be kind of careful. Now that's a string, I think. It is now. My husband has been talking to me about doing some online classes, coloring classes, where you would come into like Zoom and get a one-on-one or a group coloring. What kind of interest is there in that? Anybody interested in some private or semi-private group coloring where you can ask questions right then, and you can do a color, we could do a color along, we could do just tutorials on what colors go good together, we could do how to draw things to add to your pages. I'm open to feedback on that. So just let me know, because I know when I do like this, and they would be paid classes, I know when we're doing this, you can't actually ask questions and get immediate answers. Whereas if we did something like that, you would be able to. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts. It's just something that I've been contemplating. I don't want to go back to Patreon, really. But, yeah, just been kind of feeling out the idea of doing almost like a workshop or something. So, you tell me, would that be something that anybody would be interested in? Yeah, again, it would be a paid thing because you would have access to me right then and there. But I do have a degree in art. I am a licensed framer with Michaels. I am certified through level 2 with one-stroke painting. So, I mean, I've got all the credentials. I just need to know who would be interested in doing what. So, anyway, you would be paying for my expertise, so to speak, is what I've been told by those that are saying I should do that. But, yeah, just something I'm toying with. So, y'all let me know what you think. So, there's light, then the medium, and then I'm going into the dark. And I'm trying to not do it quite so solid on the overlay. That way, whenever I come back in to try to blend, it should be a little bit easier. Because I'm not wanting it to completely dry either. Go down in there. It's one thing, these markers do stay wet for a little bit, but not for a long time. So let's finish this little area, and then I'll blend this half, and then I'll blend the other half. So while this half is still a little bit wet, go in and start blending. Yeah, see, I'm having to really re-wet that to get it to blend. The bigger the area, it's almost like it takes a little bit longer to do. So I'm going to bring this down in here some. That kind of re-wet that. Then I'm going to do this top part. Now, when you're looking at windows, and I think I already said this, but I think it's worth saying again, be sure that you're looking, am I looking in the window or out the window? Because if you're inside looking out, you don't want to do it solid yellow. Okay? Yellow is not what you're going to see when you're looking out. Let's go ahead and blend that. Yeah, you're going to see like table and chairs or a landscape or people shopping or something different when you're on the inside looking out. Okay? There we go. And because I want to yellow this up a little bit, I am going to go over all this bottom part with the middle shade again. I'm on darkest right now. So I'm going to come and just go through here. See how it's yellowing it up a little bit? Just makes it a little more yellow instead of brown, because yellow is the color I'm putting over the top. And it doesn't always have to be a perfect blend. You're just not wanting it to show those lines going across. Okay? And see, the light starts bouncing off of things, so you're going to get different amounts of shadows and light and all that. Okay, this one, I don't see a window. This one, let's go ahead and pull it back for you. There we go. There's these in the shower, or over the sinks, but those are not windows. I'm thinking that those are actually mirrors. Okay. There's one great window there. Shall we do that as if we are on the inside looking out? Let's do it. All right. Again, I'm going to go over all that with a gel marker or gel pen or something else. So I am going to go lighter on the top. Actually, wait a minute. That's looking outside, right? So that would not be done. Yeah, see, I just, don't know, almost got that one all messed up. Okay, moving right along. You can see how sometimes it's hard to tell. Now, is that a mirror? Is that a window? I have no idea. So I'm going to leave it and then decide, do I need a mirror there or a window there? That is outside. No window. And that's it. We're back to the first. Okay, so for you that saw the original flip through and where I was started coloring, and see that's inside looking out. So that would not be. That's a mirror. It's inside looking out. There. That's one I've been currently working on. Where is my one? And see, this one I started light, medium, dark. And then I did the same thing on the sign, just to kind of pull it together. There, that's what I was going to show you. I did finally finish that one. So, again, this is a current book. At the time of this video, this is brand new to the US, and it is currently on sale. You can also get their markers on Amazon. You can get their colored pencils. You can get their gel pens, their lettering, brush tip markers. I just don't have all of that. I do have the pencils, and I will tell you I like using the pencils a lot. Okay? All right, well, that's really all I've got for you. So I will see you back in a few days. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.